What's up, guys? In this episode, we're going to talk about why does Louis have so many guitars and amps, and I'm going to go over the Soldano and let you listen to what it sounds like with an overdrive pedal, because it crushes. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Luis Torres, and it's funny. Like I get guys just sending me messages, and they're just like, dude, why do you have so many amps, so many guitars, so many pedals? And I attribute that to this one guitarist, Mrs. Smith, and in one of her videos, she just said something along the lines of, and I think I may have mentioned it in an episode a few years ago. And she said, no one in your life is really going to go out of their way to make you happy. And I was just like, okay, that's true. It may not be true for everyone, but for the most part, it's just whatever you do to make yourself happy, whatever it may be, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your parents, they're only going to go so much because everyone's looking out for themselves. So I have all of these guitars and amps because listening to what she said made sense. Playing guitar is kind of a selfish hobby. Most hobbies tend to be, unless you're into like baseball, and even then you're still selfish. You just have to hope that everyone's just as selfish and they all want to win, and they all, race towards the same goal cumulatively together, and that usually never really happens, which is why I do things where I'm usually just by myself. So that being said, it just made sense, so if I don't go out of my way to make myself happy with the things that I want to buy, no one's gonna really be like, hey, you want another guitar? Hey, you want another amplifier? So all of this craziness, which is all of that and then some, is literally just me making myself happy. And, for the most part, I kind of did the Marshall thing. I did the Mesa rectifier thing. Then, of course, I did the PV thing and bought every PV that was out there. Just to find my favorite tone. But the one thing that kept kind of coming back as far as the fundamentals in the end was literally what makes me happy. You know what? Everyone under the sun was talking about at one point after I bought a bunch of PVs is, hey, why don't you get yourself an EVH? And all of a sudden I'm just like, I have to go through and, get another, or at least go dive into another company, but it was all within the Eddie Van Halen-ish kind of stage. So I was like, all right, so I got the EVH 5150 EL34, then I got the Stealth. But these are all tones that I was going after, and for the most part, when people were like, hey, you like PV? You don't really like PV unless you get yourself a 6534 plus. And then I bought one. And of course, it's absolutely incredible compared to some of the other PVs. So listen, what we do, don't ever feel weird, odd, conflicted if you want to get yourself something, because if you want it, just get it. No one's going to get it for you. So if you think it's going to make you happy, jump on it, We're only on this planet for a blink of an eye, so you might as well just enjoy it while you're here for that blink. Anyway, so I decided to run my Soldano because a few people were just like, hey, how's that Soldano SLO pedal? And I think it's great. But keep in mind that it's based on the Soldano SLO, which to me is a great amp, but it needs to be boosted. Although, ironically enough, the Soldano SLO 30, from what guys I know that have it, they just run straight through and they're just like, it's brutal as all heck. Whereas the 100 watt, I feel, needs some kind of an overdrive with the gain down to 0. That way you kind of get that tighter tone. Owning a Soldano SP77, I know that to be true. It's a great preamp, brutal as all heck, but it definitely, without question, needs an overdrive. So what I did was I'm running guitar. So I'm actually using my 1991 ESP Horizon Custom. That's running using my Ampturco, absolutely sick, crazy 1/4-inch cable, which, again, I cannot stress, is without question the most professional cable I have ever owned. And you won't even realize it, or you won't even realize what that level is until you get one. And the same with, you know, getting a Levy 3-inch guitar strap, you know, or an Anthology leather strap. Like, those are guitar straps at such a high level that you don't realize what garbage you have until you get something that incredible. And the Ampturco is literally just that. So I'm using that cable. That's going into my Boss SD1, which is a super overdrive, which everyone has. And if you don't own one, you need to get one. And that runs out to my Soldano SLO overdrive pedal, using that as a preamp. And that's going into my KSR PA50, which is a 50 watt power amp that uses 2 6L6 tubes. So, all right, let me switch over. I haven't played guitar in like weeks, is what it feels like. It probably has been weeks. Let me see, where did I put my guitar pick? There it is. My Dunlop, this is my Dunlop. This is the Jumbo 2.0 Flow, or the Dunlop Jumbo Flow 2.0. This thing is a complete monster, and it actually has the grip also, so you're not going to lose it. All right, let's switch over. Enough of this yapping. Funny when you don't play for a while, your fingers get tired from picking, your wrist hurts. That's called being old, kids. Actually, it's just, you know, not really playing, right? Because after a while, if you play for like 2 weeks straight, you actually your arms just get used to it. You start getting super forearms. All right, I'm tired. That's it. That's all, folks. But yeah, yo, to get back seriously, get whatever you feel like buying, and of course within reason. You know, don't use your mortgage money, don't use your rent money, don't use your kids' shoe money, um, don't use your car payment money, but set money aside so when something pops up, I can't help but, at one point I was buying all of these PV 5150s for $500. I bought one for 400, bought one for 500, bought another one for 600, bought my EVH 5153 EL34 the first time around for 500, sold it to a guitarist that lived around Utica, New York for 625, I think it was, 650 maybe. I met him over at the casino in Schenectady called Rivers, then missed it so much that I looked around for a while and found another one for 500, which is the one I still have today. But, you kind of have to be ready to just jump right on those deals when they come around. But yeah, definitely have fun, enjoy what you can. If you're a great guitarist, more power to you. You put your time in. If you're like me and you just dabble, then, more power to you also. Hope you're happy and your guitar playing is preventing you from going out and murdering everyone on your street or anyone that bothers you, because that's kind of what all this does. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, you jerk, and hit the little bell. Shoot me a message on Instagram. Say what's up, Louie. And again, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. And as usual, this guy who cut his beard off, we'll talk to you soon.